Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'd like to thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. Thank you guys for liking. Thank you guys for watching my videos. These videos is there for you to learn. Is there for that person who really wants to come to study here abroad, maybe in USA, in Canada, in Australia, in whichever country. It cuts across. So I like you to keep on watching my videos. You'll be able to get to learn and learn and learn a lot. I'll be able to share with you so many things. And today I've decided to talk about a very crucial topic. This topic is very essential. I'm going to talk about the type of bank statement that you need to have as you go to the embassy, or as you prepare for your visa interview, or as you prepare for maybe if it's an F1 student, for your application to the school. You'll need to have a bank statement to show proof of financial capabilities. So a bank statement, first of all, is a document showing it's a financial proof document that shows what type of sponsor do you have. It's a document that gets to show the amount that your sponsor gets to earn within a particular period of time, maybe monthly, within an year, within some months. It all depends with the statement period that you've been able to remove. And first of all, I like to give you a brief introduction about how a bank statement looks like when you just receive it. A bank statement, first of all, it's a statement that it will have the name of that sponsor of yours. So once you get a bank statement, you'll be able to see the name of the sponsor, you'll be able to see the account number, you'll be able to see the statement period. When I talk about the statement period, it's the number, it's the period in which the bank statement was issued to you. It can be a transaction maybe from January to maybe December. Maybe within it always depends. When you go to the bank and request, I really need a bank statement, a financial statement from maybe this period to this period, the bank will be able to give it to you. And this is something that you'll be able to use while at the embassy, during your visa, or maybe in your application, maybe for the schools. You'll be required to show that financial proof within a given period of time. So generally, that's what a bank statement looks like in front. And in most cases, it will also show the balance at period of start. So at period of start, it will show the amount that was inside the account, and at the end of it will also show the balance at period end. So that is something that will be indicated at your bank statement. The balance at the start period, and the balance at the end period. So it will be, all this will depend with the type of business that your sponsor do, and also it will depend with the transactions that he does. And basically, that is the introduction about how a bank statement looks like. And in one of my videos, I did showed you about how a bank statement really looks like. And I think if you watched my video, you are able to see the bank statement. It does depend with the type of bank that maybe your sponsor is in. The bank statement can differ, but in most cases, the details that are always inside there, they're almost the same. So the consular will be able to see those details. When you just hand out your bank statement, the consular will look at those details, the name, the balance at the period of start and the end period. The consular will also be able to see that the period of the bank statement that it was issued to you, it should be latest. And the next thing that I like to tell you about is that when I talk about a bank statement, it is something that is very crucial, because it is required by law, especially if you are coming to study abroad. If you're coming to study here in USA, in Canada, or whichever country, it is required by law that you need to show your financial capabilities, especially if you're coming here to study and you don't have maybe a scholarship, or maybe you don't have a scholarship. You'll have to show proof that you'll be able to pay for your school fees. You do have a sponsor who will support you all along with the journey. So this is something that is very crucial. I know most of you might think that as a student, maybe you'll come here, you'll start working. No, no, no. As a student, you'll only be allowed to work on campus. And the rest of the amount that you'll be supposed to pay, you'll need to have a sponsor who will be able to support you. It's a show proof that is required by law that you need to have. So That's why I'm talking about it, and I want you to get to understand it's a crucial document. It is something that many people, their visas, they have been denied for because they never showed a good bank statement, or maybe prove that they will be able to support themselves. Once they come here, they'll have somebody to support them. Yeah, so the next thing that I like to talk about is that once you get, at the time when you are looking for a bank statement, get to know that sponsor of yours. Yeah, it is something that is very crucial, because most people, you'll find some people, they just get a bank statement from a place they don't know, and at times you can even be asked what is the name of the sponsor, and you'll find yourself in trouble, like you don't know even the name, because it is a bank statement, you never knew that person, it is somebody you didn't know about. So I like you to know more about that sponsor of yours. Get to know more about the sponsor. That is the third thing that you really need to know. Know their names. Yeah. The next thing you need to know, you need to understand what type of job that they do. Yeah, get to know the type of the job that your sponsor is doing. Because while at the embassy, you'll be asked, what does your sponsor do? So when you will be asked that question, you need to answer in a way that the consular will be convinced that what you are saying goes hand in hand with the bank statement, because in some cases what your sponsor do is always indicated in the transactions. So you need to study very well the transactions in the bank statement. Get to know, yeah, if you get to interact well with that sponsor of yours, that sponsor will tell you, I am so and so, I'm doing this and that business, yeah, and maybe I'm employed by the government. Yeah, at least get to know your sponsor very, 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 very well. Yeah, and once he gives you the bank statement, get to look at the transaction, because in most cases they'll always be indicated there. Like this person maybe bought a land. Yeah, if he's a farmer, maybe he sold, maybe some production. Yeah, if it is maybe a petrol station, it you can see maybe that the some amount was used maybe in the fuel station, in this and that. So once you study the bank statement, at least the consular there will ask you, like, yeah, will ask you, what does your sponsor do? So if you say other things outside what maybe it is there, maybe in the bank statement, yeah, the consular will get to see that there is something that is not good. There is some dishonesty, yeah, in what you're saying and in what has been written in the bank statement. So initially I started by telling you this document, it's a financial show about your sponsor. So you need to, what you're saying on, or what you know about your sponsor, needs to go hand in hand with what is indicated in the bank statement. So the next thing you need to know, you need to be able to express the period that you've known this particular person. This is something that is very crucial. Yeah, the consular can ask you, for how long have you known your sponsor? Get to be able to know. Yeah, if it is your uncle, yeah, I know most of you, you maybe you've been supported by, yeah, your uncles, your aunt, your parents. So get to be able to know, especially if it is somebody outside from your close family. Maybe when I say outside, it's somebody like maybe your uncle, your aunt, maybe your cousin. Yeah, get to know. The consular can ask you for how long. So at least the best answer is always for you to give, like, maybe I've known him maybe ever since in my primary education. Yeah, he's been supporting you maybe from your high school. Yeah, once you explain it that way, it will be able to show for sure that this person has been supporting you for quite a long period of time. Yeah, and if he has been supporting you, of course, he'll be able to manage supporting you even until you finish your studies. Or maybe if you're coming here maybe under visit visa, you need to show, prove that that person who is going to host you, yeah, is capable of supporting you. Yeah, you need to show a financial proof that this particular person maybe has got. In most cases here in US, yeah, in most cases is always that person needs to have around $5,000, yeah, in his account, $5,000 and above. So it is something that you'll use it while you'll be at the embassy. So keep that in mind. Know that sponsor of yours very, very well. Yeah, another thing you need to know if that sponsor of yours, you need to understand the family. Yeah, the family background, because the consular can ask you, does your sponsor have children, or maybe other people that he or she does support? You need to know. You need to know their children. You need to know their level of education, so that as you explain yourself, if maybe your sponsor is supporting somebody else, you need to be able to tell the consular, like, this person, your sponsor maybe has got maybe one child is in the college, and the other children maybe they are still young, so he'll still manage supporting me and his children. Or maybe if your sponsor is all, maybe their children have already finished their studies, you need to say that. Yeah, if maybe the sponsor's children, they are still young, maybe 3 years old, they have not yet started their education, be in a position to tell the consular, yeah, like, my sponsor is married, and maybe he or she has, yeah, a 3-year old child, and another maybe 1-year-old child. Yeah, so he'll be able to manage supporting me all a long way. Yeah, and once I finish my studies, I'll get a good job. Even in the process, I'll assist even my sponsor, even in his or her businesses, or maybe, yeah. So be in a position to know more about your sponsor, the job, the kind of job. If your sponsor is employed by the government, explain it to the consular, like, my sponsor is employed by the government, and it needs to be indicated in the bank statement that this person is receiving salaries and commission. Don't talk about your sponsor having been employed by the government and it is not indicated in the bank statement. Yeah, if it is not indicated and you say it, there will be some false information inside there. So be in a position, or if you say that, you can talk about this: my sponsor is employed, yes, by the government, but he has besides his maybe salaries account, he does have a business account, yeah, which he always deposit the amount that he received from the businesses that he does participate in. So be in a position to explain it in that way, so that you won't put yourself in trouble. Yeah, and another thing I like to talk about is that you need to understand what type of a bank statement that has been issued to you. Yeah, get to know. When I talk about the type, there is always several types of bank statement. Yeah, you can find a savings account, yeah, bank statement. It can be maybe a fixed account, a business account. So in most cases, I'll advocate, or I'll advise that you get to use a bank statement that in most cases maybe it can be a salaries account or a business account. Yeah, that is a type of bank statement that is always in most cases. Yeah, when a consular gets to see it, he'll be able to 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 approve, yeah, your bank statement. Yeah, they always tend not to like fixed accounts. Yeah, because fixed accounts doesn't show that this person is in a business. So once the best type of bank statement that you need to take is you need to use a business account or a salaries account. This will show that this person receives money every now and then. Yeah, if it is a business, there is something that is called money in, money out. Yeah, it is something that the consular will look at, as he or she will be looking at your bank statement. Yeah, once you'll be asked to hand over the bank statement during your visa interview, the consular will take it, and he or she will start looking at the transactions. And the main thing that he or she will look at is how money gets in the account and how money gets out. So all these should match with what you are saying. Yeah, if this person is a farmer, yeah, the consular will be able to look at, yeah, there's money coming in, there's money going out every month, or maybe after 1 week, after 2 weeks, there's some money coming in, money coming out. So that as you talk about this person being a business person, it will go hand in hand with the transactions. Another thing that you need to know that the consular will be able to look at if it is maybe somebody who is employed by the government. He or she does receive salaries, and yeah, salaries. Yeah, the consular will look at every month there is some amount coming in, and of course there'll be some amount going out, maybe the ones that are being used in the process, maybe to do other activities. So get to understand that. So that's why I'm advocating that you get to use maybe a salaries account or a business account. Yeah, try to avoid fixed accounts. Yeah, it will put you in some big challenges while you'll be expressing yourself, because a fixed account doesn't show any transactions in most cases coming in and out. Yeah, so that is my advice. Yeah. The next thing that you need to know is that the bank statement that you're going with at the embassy, it needs to be at least 3 months old. Yeah, that is a very important thing that you need to consider while handing over your bank statement. Yeah, it needs to be at least 3 months old. When I talk about 3 months old, is that it that 3 months old, it's the period between which the time you were able to go and maybe that bank statement was being issued to you. Yeah, that bank statement needs to be like, if right now is we are in September, yeah, like the bank statement, the end period needs to be at least 3 months old. Don't go to the embassy maybe with a bank statement that was issued to you maybe in June, in May. That time, it's quite a long period of time. Go with the latest bank statement, maybe that a bank statement that the bank issued to you maybe like last week, maybe 1 month ago. Yeah, at least 1 month, between 1 month and the time you're going to the embassy, at least it should be between that period, so that it gets to show latest updates about the account of your sponsor. Yeah, so that as you express yourself, the consular will get to see that this money is really inside the account. Because in other cases, they always go to an extent of even contacting the banks and get to inquire, like, so and so, does this amount in so and so account? Yeah, so they'll be able, in some cases they will inquire, and if they get to inquire and they get to see that this money is not in the account, your visa will be denied automatically. And even you can find yourself landing yourselves in a lot of trouble, maybe with the policemen, because it is something that is an offense. You are lying to the consulate. So get to go with the latest bank statement. Ensure that the money is in the account. Yeah, that is something very crucial. Ensure the amount is there inside the account. Yeah, and if maybe some bit of it was removed, it should be at least closer to the closing balance that you went with to the embassy. So another thing is that I wanted to talk about is that you need to go through the transactions very well. Get to know if there is some amounts that was maybe withdrawn, maybe large, if there was large amounts that was withdrawn, or if there was large amounts that was deposited. Because the consular will ask you, I see this consular withdrew maybe maybe 1 million Kenya shillings. Yeah, maybe this particular sponsor, I see at some point he deposited like maybe $5,000 at once, all at once in the account, or maybe $10,000 all once in the account. So the consular will want to know, yeah, why was this amount deposited in huge amount, or maybe why was it withdrawn in large amounts? So be in a position to explain. Yeah, for instance, if maybe your sponsor is a farmer, and maybe at some point your sponsor withdrew a huge sum of money. Yeah, you can tell your consular that this money was used maybe to purchase the farming inputs that maybe the sponsor will use during the next planting season, or maybe it was used for repairs at the farm. Yeah, if this particular person maybe he owns a petrol station, you can talk of this person withdrew this amount to buy maybe another parcel of land, or maybe to expand on the business. Yeah, if some amount was deposited in huge sum of if there is a huge sum of money that was deposited, you can talk of maybe this particular person had sold some products initially on maybe on credit, and it was now the person who they are done with the transaction was and paid it back. Yeah, so talk of something like that. Yeah, be able to express yourself well, depending on the type of business that your sponsor do have. And this is a conversation that you need to have with your sponsor. Get to engage your sponsor. Like, I see at this time you did this in the bank statement. How can I be able to explain myself well so that it will go hand in hand with your business or what you do? Talk with your sponsor and he will guide you on that. So another thing that I like to talk about is the closing amount. Yeah, the closing balance, it is something very crucial that the sponsor will, no, that the consular will look at. The closing balance. Yeah, the closing balance, I like to advise that it needs to be at least higher than the amount that maybe you are supposed to pay for yourself. Like when I talk about student visas, yeah, that person who is coming here under student visa, of course you will get to know that the type of school you're going to. What amount are you supposed to pay for yourself if it's not a full scholarship? So if maybe you're supposed to pay for yourself maybe 700,000 Kenya shilling, or yeah, that is around $7,000. At least go with a bank statement that is around maybe 1 million, 1.2. The closing balance need to be at least higher than the amount that you're supposed to pay for yourself, maybe as you come here under a student visa. Another thing that you need to consider is that the bank statement needs to be stamped. Yeah, ensure that your bank statement is stamped. Yeah, this will get to show that it is an original. Yeah, that bank statement needs to be very original, because there are some things that they will look at, and there are some things that will show that this bank statement is not a good bank statement. So get to go with a bank statement that is something that is original. Yeah, something that came from the bank. The bank manager did signed it. Yeah, this is something that will show that is indeed original, so that it won't create suspicions, yeah, while the consular will be looking at it. The next thing that you need to know is that yeah, as I talked earlier, the amount that is in the bank statement needs to be at the bank. Yeah, at that time you're going to the embassy. Yeah, it needs to be on the account, because it's amount that will support you once you come here, once you get an opportunity to fly abroad to go and study. So ensure the amount is on the account. The next thing is that at least go with support affidavit. Support affidavit is a document that, yeah, your sponsor gets to sign before a lawyer. Yeah, that shows that your sponsor is willing and is going to sponsor you all along the journey. So I'll advocate that you get to have a support affidavit, so that the time when you'll be issuing out your bank statement, you will attach it, so that as the consular will be looking at the bank statement, he'll look at the affidavit and he'll be able to see that for sure your sponsor has agreed and is willing to go and support you, because it's something that is a document. There's a document that shows that this support affidavit is a document that shows that your sponsor did swear before the law and before the lawyer that he'll support you, and there'll be signatures there that he'll have signed, and even the lawyer will have signed, and there will be a seal, yeah, of that particular, yeah, lawyer or maybe an advocate. So get to have a support affidavit. Yeah, the next thing is that I like to explain that there are some people who always ask me like, yeah, am I allowed to have two sponsors? Yeah, you can have two sponsors. It's allowed. Yeah, so that as you'll be explaining yourself, make sure you tell the consular that you do have maybe two sponsors and all of them are supporting you. So it is allowed, yeah. So long as you do have their bank statements, you get to explain yourself well. Yeah, if maybe one sponsor, yeah, maybe your family will be supporting you. You can be having your uncle and maybe your mother, or maybe your uncle, maybe your aunt. So get to have their bank statements, get to know them better, and explain yourself. Yeah, it's something that won't make your visa to be denied. Yeah, and then uh get something very important that I like to finish with is that as you get to go with a bank statement, ensure that this bank statement, the same bank statement, was not used just recently. And if it was used just recently, get to tell the consular that my sponsor is supporting also somebody else. That particular person is called so and so, you know, and he'll be able also to support you. Yeah, if you can find a sponsor who maybe is very rich. You can be having an uncle, an aunt, or a cousin who is very rich, and maybe they do have bank statement of maybe 10 million, and assume your school fees is what you're supposed to have as a bank statement is maybe 1 million. Yeah, and the other person whom also the sponsor supported, maybe their bank statement was supposed only to have 1 million. You see, this person is capable of supporting even 2 to 3 people. So be able to tell the consular. Yeah, and if that person, maybe if that person business is a small business, which maybe he does earn maybe, yeah, maybe $10,000 or maybe $20,000, and he's supporting you maybe with $15,000. Yeah, let this bank statement be only be used for one person, because that person is capable of supporting only one. Yeah. So the sponsor should be able to tell you very clearly that I am only supporting you in the process and not somebody else. Yeah, because of the type of business that he or she does. Yeah. So generally, that is what I wanted to talk to you about today. Get to be able to evaluate yourself, evaluate your bank statement is a very crucial thing as you go to the embassy, that you ensure your bank statement is legit. Ensure that the bank statement comes from the person you know, especially a closer relative, because a closer relative is a good show that this person will support you all along way the process. Yeah, so trust the process. Yeah, trust the process and do everything very, very well. Yeah, because if you organize yourself very well, if you organize, because as you come here to study maybe here in USA, it will be required by law that you get to understand why you're coming here. It will be required that you get to have a financial proof that you'll be able to be capable of supporting yourself once you are here. And then eventually it should be seen that after your studies you will go back to your country. So get to learn all these things. Yeah, as I continue teaching you guys, get to learn. Yeah, I know I'm still young, I'm still educating you in smaller way, but as we go by, you'll get to learn that these things is step by step. You begin small as you go higher and higher, and eventually you'll be able to get a school. If by God's luck you get a green card, you'll be able to get a green card. Some of you will get work visas, some of you will get J1 visas. All this depends with what God has prepared for you. So in whichever way possible, trust the process, pray about it, work for it. Yeah, work for these opportunities. They are coming here for you. Yeah, and I've decided to really do this video so that it can help somebody. I myself, I didn't knew about athletic scholarships until last year when I knew it. And when I arrived here in USA, I decided, let me keep on sharing to you guys so that I can enlighten you more, not only about athletic scholarship, but how you can successfully go through at the embassy, how you can get these cheap community colleges, these cheap universities, how you can be able also to apply all along with the process. So get to watch my videos. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, go down to the other videos, get to see what I've uploaded there. I've been able to share so many things, and I'll keep on sharing a lot to you guys. So keep on subscribing, keep on liking my videos. Thank you so much, guys. God bless you.